So welcome back. So in this session, we will see how we can install and set up the Python on Mac, and even we will see how we can install the Python on your Windows system. So either if you have a Windows or Mac operating system, you can perform this installation. Okay. So we'll see first how we can set up the Python. I mean download and then set up the Python, and then we will see how we can install the Selenium with respect to the Python, and then we will see what kind of editors we can use to execute these Python scripts, and then we will see a sample Selenium script to what do you call, to automate a browser stuff. Okay, so let's get started. I'm using at this moment Mac operating system. So if you see, if you go to the terminal, so let's see first Python is installed by default or not. So let me do like this, Python hyphen version. So how we do in Java, right? Like let's say that if you are using Java for your Selenium script, then you will say first you will verify whether the Java is installed or not. So you will say Java hyphen version, and then it will give you the version number if that particular tool is installed. In this case, Java. So in the same case, let's see if the Python is installed or not. So as you can see, even though it's a, so it's for the information, it's a new machine, and I'm setting up my Python so that I can execute my Selenium scripts. So if you see, the Python is installed, but if you compare the latest version here, you can see the latest version of the Python is 3.8.5, but in case of here, if you see, it is 2.7.16. And if you see one thing, if I do like this, and you can see it is telling one of warning actually. So Python 2.7 is not recommended. So Mac operating system by default comes with the Python, but the version is 2.x version, and which is not what you call recommendable to use for any kind of development or testing or any kind of automation script writing, because Python 2.7 is basically used by the operating system itself, so that we need not to play with that particular version, and then we have to install our own version, that is nothing but the latest version. So that's what it is telling. Instead, it is recommended that you transition to using Python 3. Okay, so that is what we are going to see. So let me do one thing. Let me close this one, and then we will try to install the Python. Okay, so for this I will just click on this download, and it will download the Python. And here you can see, the if you go to the okay, if you see here, the extension is pkg, that is nothing but package. If I click on this one, then it will start installing the Python. And if you go here, continue, and then do the agreement, and then say install, and then it will ask you the system password. Just give your system password and then install software, and within a moment it will install the Python. Okay, so Python 3.8 is installed here. If you see here, let me go here. Okay, it's not yet installed. Here you can see the okay. By the time it will finish everything, let's see this one. What are the folder structure of this Python 3.8? So as you can see, there is a IDLE. It's a IDE based on the Python. Here you can execute your Python script. It's a by default script tool ID it is coming, and we'll see just in a moment. And then few of the files which we are not worrying at this moment, let me just close this one, and then yeah, either you can move to win or keep, because the package got installed and converted to this Python 3.8. So whatever you want, you can do with that. Okay, so if you see here, if I double click on this ideal, and then let's click on OK, and then you will see it is popping up a Python cell, what do you call, editor window actually. So here you can execute the Python scripts. So this is basically an IDE coming out of box with the Python. So for an instance, let's say that x equal to some number I'm giving, and then if I say here print, and then I will say x, and then you can see it is printing the 1 2 3. Let's do one thing. Let me increase the font size if I can here. Okay, And then if I do this one and then apply, okay. So okay, as you can see here, it is coming x equal to 1 2 3, and then whatever you want, you can just say that you can print even a string here, and no semicolon is required. You can just enter, but at this moment we are not worrying about this one. This is just if you want to execute any of the what you call very quicker ways of any Python script, then you can use this cell editor. But yes, we will be using a proper editor where we can install all the libraries that we require and then can make a small framework out of that. Okay, so for timing, let me close this one. Okay, now let's see if my Python is installed or not. We have just seen it that cell, what do you call editor, right? But if I move here and if I say Python hyphen version, you can see still it is showing as 2.7.16, which we were seeing before. Then what difference it made after installing that package? So the thing is that there is a trick. You have to go for Python 3 actually. Okay, so Python 3 and then version. You can see now it is coming the latest version, and which is the version which I installed. Okay, so you have to always use the 3, because this Python command is basically the Mac operating system taken for the 2.7.16. Okay, so for from the Python 3 version onwards, it is recommendable to use the Python 3 command, like whenever you are checking anything. Like you can even get a editor here itself. Like if I click on this, you can see the warning message which we were getting with Python, that is gone, because Python 3 is recommendable, and here you can do even the same thing which we were doing there. So and here you can just say like this, and then it will give me the output as well. Okay, so this is one of the way where you can check the version of your Python. Okay, and even there is an option actually, you can even what you call change this Python 3 to Python. So what you have to do, you have to find the path actually where it is installed. Like let me show you that. Let me go to a new terminal, new window, and then if I go here and if you say where Python 3, it will give exactly where it is installed this Python. So if you see here, it is installed here, and let me go to the spotlight search, and if you go here, you can see the Python is installed under this bin actually. So if I go here, you can see the Python 3 is here. Okay, so what you can do, this particular Python 3, this one you can assign to Python actually. So you have to basically go to the your base profile or else G profile if you are using the Catalina version, and you have to say that Python equal to Python 3. You have to say this complete path you need to give. So then what will happen, whenever you are using, you have to use Python instead of Python 3. But I would recommend not to complicate the things. Let's make it as simplify. So wherever you are using, like with respect to your automation testing or Python development, you can just go with Python 3 and you are done with that. Okay, so let me close everything here and terminate this one and close this window as well. Okay, so now we are done the first part, that is installing the Python. Now the second thing is that because we are going to see how we can use the Selenium tests, how we can write the Selenium tests or scripts with Python, so we have to install certain libraries. Like if you are working with Java earlier, then you would have what do you call used Maven repo or Maven project, and then under that in the pom.xml you would have put the all the dependencies like the Selenium Java or TestNG, all those things you have put. The same thing for Python 3, we have the same option. Like if you go to this, you can say Selenium Python install. Okay, if you go like this, you will get the Selenium Python. Okay, let me go to this, and then if you see here something, it is telling about pip. Now what is exactly pip? So pip is nothing but it's a Python package installer actually. Okay, so whenever you are using any of the packages with respect to the what you call Python, you have to use the command as pip. Like if you are doing anything npm like node packages, like if you are working on with respect to protractor, let's say, then you have to use npm command like npm install hyphen g something. Or else if you are installing apm like for your mobile automation testing, you can use the cli of the apm, that is npm install hyphen g apm, you can say that. So that what will happen, because any program or any utility or any what do you call tool that is written in node programming, you can install that by using npm. The same thing for python, it is pip command, so pip. Okay, so we will be installing this, but before to that, let me just go and see what kind of IDs I can use. Okay, editor tools, like for java you can use eclipse, or like you have IntelliJ. I always prefer to go with IntelliJ. The same thing, I have my own preference with respect to the python, and I always prefer pycharm editor for this one. Like if you want to know few of the other what do you call tools you can use or editors, here is what I have listed down. So if you see here, popular IDs with Python script, and it's pretty much what you call 2 years back I have written this blog, but still that is valid. And Python shell is nothing but which I have shown the out of box which is coming. And then you can even use Eclipse, Atom, you can use Notepad++, a simple editor even you can use for what do you call to write your python script. But yes, you have to add so many tools, libraries, and then you have to set up your own way all those things, because those are like plain editors are there, right? And the same thing how you can go with notepad plus plus, the same thing you have sublime text. And then wing IDE, I never even tried on this one, but yes, visual studio code, it is nowadays it is booming a lot, so you can even use that. Spider is again a what do you call another editor, popular editor for development they are using. And so I would always prefer to go with PyCharm or else Visual Studio Code, because this has all inbuilt features are there which you can use these features out of the box, so you need not to worry about the editor wise. Okay, and I will be showing today how we can install and then add a Selenium script into the PyCharm editor. So for this, what we will do, we will go to the PyCharm download. So you can just go with the PyCharm download, and then it will populate this one, and it is coming from JetBrain because it is again from the, and if you see the IntelliJ is also coming from JetBrain only. And I really like about this JetBrain tools because they have a very inbuilt what do you call features are there. And the same thing, you will be getting two different types. One is your professional and community. I always prefer like community for practice and everything, but if you are working for your what do you call professional development, or if your organization is supporting for the professional edition, you can go. But yes, for practicing, the community edition is enough to go with. So I will be clicking on this download button, and then within a moment it will download the DMG file. And so I will be skipping this video till it will be till the download completes. Okay. Okay, so now it is downloaded. Let me click on this one to install. Okay, so it is telling to drag to the application folder so that you can use that whenever you need. And then let me close this one. And if I go to the menu bar, go applications, I should be seeing the PyCharm, and you can see here the PyCharm is installed. Okay, here it is installed. And if I double click on this one, and even you can go to the spotlight search, and then you can even open. And for the Windows operating system, like if you guys are using Windows, then it is straightforward. Like you can just go to this PyCharm and then install that. And the same thing, if you want to go with Python, actually for this one, you have to download, and it will be like an exe format. Like let me show you that. If I go to the versions, let me see this one. And you can see here also we have these versions python release for windows, and then you have to just double click on that exe file, and then you are good to go with that. The only thing that you need to set up, for sometimes like python is not coming out of the box if you are using windows, so you have to set up actually one environmental variable so that it will work with that. So you have to add this path variable actually. Either you can append or else you can add. So wherever the Python is installed, it is mostly installed into your I guess into the local, like you will have users c colon users, and then you will have the username and then local, either in that or else in will it might be in the program files. So you have to search that one. So if I get that proper path, I will put into the description. So you have to add the like let's say that it is under c for an instance, then c colon slash python. So python is that command actually, that exe file which you got it, and then you have to append, and then after this you have to give something called as under this python folder you will be getting the scripts. So it seems that this is the python actually, the python folder, and then another one under that python you will be getting something called as scripts. So you have to add this complete one under this path variable, then you are done with that. And then if you go with the what do you call your windows command prompt, and then you will search with python only, you will see the same thing how I have shown in my mac terminal. Okay, so the another way actually I was showing this ideal, right? Like if you go to this go and then applications, and here if I go to the python, where is python? So this ideal, right? IDELE. So the same thing you will get under this python 3.6 folder. There is one IDL LE, and if you double click that you will get the out of box python cell editor, and then you can execute the same what do you call python scripts which I just shown before. Okay, so that's pretty much about the python installation. It is very straightforward for both windows and mac. And then the pycharm, like as I have downloaded from what do you call this jetbrains.com, you can even install for windows, and then just click next, and you are done with that. And after you will be installed, you will get like this one window, and then do not import because I don't have any other settings. And if you see here, I never used PyCharm. Yes, I can just say like this, and then it will give you a theme, and then you can just go with this one, and then where exactly your what do you call scripts will be created. At this moment, let's just keep like this, or else you can change the path, whatever it is there. Okay, so for now, let's just keep like this, and then I don't want to do at this moment anything. Start using PyCharm, and then you will be getting like this one window. Okay, and you are all done. Now at this moment I will be creating a new project because I don't have any existing project, and then it is asking where you want to create, and it is giving under the home folder, it is giving the pycharm projects, and then after that a python project it is just giving, and I can just say that sample selenium python. I can just say like this. Okay, and then so here you will be getting like three different what do you call environments. So virtual environment, and then pip environment, conda. But yes, you can go with the virtual environment at this moment. And then here you can see the it is the interpreter, like the python what do you call the python command, it is taking directly from the wherever we have installed that, so we need not to worry about that. You can just click on this one, and then everything else you can just leave as it is, and then you can just say create, and you will see here this VNB virtual environment we have selected, right? So that's why it is coming here. So anything that we are installing will be in this project only, any particular libraries with respect to the python. Okay, so let me just click on create, and then it's creating, and okay, and all these things, let's click on close, and then if you see it will take some time. Okay, so as you can see, it is even giving me a small what do you call sample code base actually to know like an example, and then I won't be worrying about this one much. And here, if you see like the virtual environment which we have selected, and under this all the packages will be coming because we have selected the virtual environment. So, with respect to your application or the project, all the libraries will be installed whenever you are using this one. Okay, And if you see, yes, any other libraries that you will be what do you call installing, that will be coming under this particular folder only. You can see here everything. Okay, so this is mainly your library folder. Fine. So that's about it. And then let's now see how we can install the Selenium, the actual Selenium. So here you can see it is saying pip install Selenium. Even there will be, yes, this py package. If you go to this one, this will give the latest version and all those things, like how can you install the latest version of this. So you can just copy this one and then go to your PyCharm editor. So you can get it. There should be some terminal, so you can see open in terminal. So it has a built-in terminal, so you can just go to the sample Selenium Python folder and then you can just say pip. In this case, okay, so it is installed everything here as you can see. And if I refresh this one, okay, so the setup is done. It was doing some kind of indexing. Like if you go here and you can see the Selenium which we just now installed is coming here, like all the Selenium common and exceptions and any specific what do you call WebDriver related. Like in Java you will get all the jar files, right? The same thing you will get all of the related what you call the related folders or the Selenium related stuff will be getting here under these things, which we can import into our Selenium script and can write the automation script. Fine. Okay, so let me go here and here few of the things, like because we are starting as a fresh one, like I can tell you. So to, if you want to comment something, you can just put a hash sign. So hash sign is for comment, like in Java we are giving double slash, or for multi-line we are giving slash star. The same thing here, it is what do you call hash sign. And then if you want to go with anything, like we are doing a tab formatting, right? Like if you are going with a for loop, then you will give a curly brace in your what do you call in Java. Like let me, I can quickly show. So like let's say that you are writing something and then you will see like this. It means that whatever you are writing under this will be coming under this for loop only, right? So this is just determining that these two lines are related to this for loop. But in case of Python we don't have anything such. What you can do, if you are giving a tab actually, so you can see this is a if loop, right? Under this if loop you will just give a colon, and then if you put some tab and anything that you write with this particular indentation, everything will be coming under this if loop. If you are coming out of that indentation, like you can see, this is one, and then if loop again started from the beginning, means this particular stuff will not be coming under this what do you call function or whatever it is there. So that's a, if it is a tab, I think it is four spaces. Let's see. One, two, three, four. Yes, it is four spaces, or else you can put a tab, then it will be going for what do you call within that block wherever you want to write the script. So that is one of the main thing that we need to see. But yes, we will be seeing so many things in our upcoming sessions, but this is just an introduction. Okay, so now let's do one thing. Let's go to this Selenium stuff. And if you see, I do have a script actually here, like how can you write a Selenium test. So let me just go to that, and here you can see the prerequisites and everything. And then for Windows also it is the same thing. So this blog whatever I have written is basically for Windows, but yes, I will be updating for Mac operating system also. But yes, so let me do one thing. Let me copy paste this entire script so that it will be easy for me. And then without going to this main, what even I can do, I can click on this new, and you can see here you can get a file, or you can get even a directory, like a folder you can create. Even you can create a Python package, like in Java we are creating the packages. Okay, and even I can create a Python file. And then if I say here sample Selenium and then I press enter, you can see by default it is adding .py. For Java, how we are getting .java, the same thing we will be getting here .py, that represents the Python script. And then if I copy paste here, you can see it's not giving any error because I have already imported those things. So to import that, you can say from which package and then import what is that you are importing, or else from Selenium library import WebDriver. If you go to this v environment library and then under pip, if I will be going to this, let's see, where is Selenium? Yes, here. And then if you see under this Selenium means from Selenium import this WebDriver package. So anything that is there inside this WebDriver, all the methods, objects, or like you have any variables, those things I can access it in my script. So that is one of the way you can access the scripts. Okay, now let's see the thing one by one, everything. Now the first thing is that a driver equal to webdriver dot chrome. Okay, so now like how we are using webdriver driver equal to new webdriver, right? The same thing we are using here, but yes, this command actually, this double slash is for Windows operating system. For Mac you have to give the reverse slash actually. So I always get confused within the forward slash and backslash, but yes, we will be dealing with that soon. So let me find it out where I have installed where I have downloaded my Chrome driver. So here you can see Chrome driver I already downloaded, but yes, it's very straightforward. You all know how to download that Chrome driver download, probably the first link. And then if I click on this, so with respect to your versions, you can just download here. And then so let's say if 85, and based on whether you are using Windows or Mac, be it on 32 or 64-bit, don't worry, you can just use this particular zip file for your Windows, for Mac, and then you have to double click to extract that. So I did the same thing here. So let me go to this finder and then I can get the path. So for that, if you are in Windows, you will be getting that on your top bar, right, address bar. But in Mac, what you have to do, right click on this and then you have to click on the key press option, and then here you can see something is popping up, copy the path name. So it's basically not copying the file but the path name. And if I click on this path name, and let me go to the PyCharm editor, and if I go here and paste it, like you here you can see it is coming as this slash, not the double slash which we were seeing in the Windows. Okay, and then if you are using Firefox, you can do that. IE, bye bye, it's not now, what do you call it, no longer the Microsoft is supporting, but the time I have written this blog, that time the IE was there. So yeah, and you can use like Edge driver, Gecko driver, and all those things. Fine. Okay, so this is the way how you can launch the Chrome browser, and then you can maximize. And here you will notice something, the semicolons are not there. Okay, like I can add it here also, it is just throwing me a simple warning, but yes, I can just remove these things and then save it. Okay, and then so this is very, so it is very minimized commands actually in case of Python. That is what I mostly liked. But in case of Java, it is like you have to go through different what you call build pattern methods to call those required methods. So here driver dot implicitly wait, you will give some milliseconds, and then driver dot page load timeout, something you can give. And then this is the way driver dot get command, we know already, get method how you can do. And then this is the way you can assert it. So assert, and you will give something here, and then you have to say in. So in whatever that driver dot title, so it will give me the driver dot title, and then it will assert that particular string. I'm not sure if this is valid, but let me do one thing. Let me quickly go to this and see what is the title of this one. Okay, so it is capital qavbox, so I can say qavbox. Okay, and then driver dot find element by link text. So I'm just doing something here like about dot click, or else you can do anything actually there. So this is the way you can do even driver dot save screenshot. See, it is very simple. Just click say driver dot save screenshot, and wherever you are mentioning that path, it will be creating that screenshot. So let me just change that path to this one so that it don't throw me error. And then time dot sleep is basically how much time you are waiting still what do you call it will pause that execution for that much of time. So for 3 seconds it will be pausing your script, and then driver dot quit, we all know it will quit and close all the driver instances or the browsers. Okay, now here you will see something. These are the what do you call locator methods where you can use, like if I go to this one driver dot, you will see find, and then you will see all available methods. Actually, like you can go with find element. The thing with find element is that you have to pass the by locator inside, but in case of a find element by class name, the by is already there, right? So you have to just mention that particular string only, whatever it is there. Okay, so instead of this, even what you can use, even you can just go with this. So find element, and instead of using this inside this, what you can do, you can just put by and then dot. Just a second, let me import the package. So if you mouse over this one, you will get like this, and here it will be listing out all the what do you call locators, class name, id, and everything. So let's say that by link text, and then you have to put comma, and then you have to give that particular variable. Because if you see this method parameters, if I put control space self, just ignore that one, and then by is nothing but what kind of by locator you are using, and the value in the colons or the in the double quote, and then you can just say click. Okay, so now let's do one thing. Let's go to this site, and here let me click on sign up form. So let me just inspect this one, and then if you see, okay, there is a link is there. Link text is a sign up form. So what I can do here, uh, in here I will copy this one. Okay, either like this I can do, or else I can even say driver dot find element by this link text, and then here directly I can put this one. So any way I can do that. So at this moment let me put the first two, second one is commented, and then like we already discussed about all other things. Okay, so there are two ways you can identify, I mean two different ways of writing that, but the at the end the functionality will remain same only. So let's see how we can run this Python script. Okay, so there are different ways you can even execute this particular what do you call Selenium Python script. So one of this way is you can just say Python, and under this only this file is there, right? So I can directly say that sample selenium dot py, and then if I do this one, Chrome driver cannot be opened because it is not verified. Okay, so this is problem with the latest version of the Mac OS, that is Catalina. So if you go, if you search this one on the Google, you will get this particular. So let me just put cancel. So if you see here, this Stack Overflow, they are giving so many different what do you call suggestions to this one. But let's try with this quick solution which is given. So what I will do, I will go to this particular utility, I mean in the Finder, and then I will just say open, and then just say open, that's it. And then so cancel this command execution, and then let's rerun the same code. Okay, as you can see, the window opened here, and then it clicked on that link as well. Okay, so it was bit faster. So let me do one thing, let me comment this one so that you can see properly. And then if I go to this one, let me again run this one. So as you can see, it clicked on the sign up link, and then that's it. So it the assertion is done, and then this save screenshot. Now let's see if it is really saved that screenshot or not. So as you can see, if I double click on this one, yes, it even saved that screenshot as well. Okay, so that's how with minimum number of lines of the code you can just perform these actions. So like as it is suggested, this is bit faster. So for one time you just go to this one, and then open that particular what do you call the Chrome driver, and then just cancel it so that it will be verified by Apple or your Mac machine. Then you can just go with anything. Okay, so that's pretty much about this Python installation and writing a small Selenium script. But yes, we will be seeing few more Selenium what do you call features one by one in our upcoming sessions. So stay tuned and do subscribe to this YouTube channel if you haven't. Thank you for watching.